Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today, I'd like to introduce you into a customer service training program called the Guest Service Magic Program. And I'd like to welcome you to this part one of the three, which I would like to give out to those who are looking for a way to perform at work, to serve your customer, and to find a better way to serve your customer and retain them. Okay, first of all, again, this is a service magic program, so I'm gonna do a little start off here with the magic program. Sorry, let's do that. So let's play this from the beginning. All right, so customer service program called Guest Service Magic Program. Introduction, my friend. My name is Ted Vang, and I've been working for a local government here for over 20 years, and a big chunk of my experience and working for this local government is that I did a lot of training. I trained staff, I coach new and existing staff, and also provide customer service training at some point. And this is something that I am doing. So I thought I'd like to share this with many of you who may be looking for a way to improve customer service. And we all can do better, believe me or not, and including me, who probably fail miserably sometime to provide a good customer service. So like I said, this is part one of the three, and part one is fundamental of guest service. Okay, and after this one, I will continue to provide part two, which is service recovery, and part three has to do with attitude and motivation. So let's start with the first part, fundamental of guest service. So welcome to the Guest Service Magic Program again. This is an online class. I am teaching via YouTube, and hopefully you will share this to your friend, your family, even use at work, and or any business that you can. Feel free to use it. You know, I feel like all of us, and many of us, like I said, have failed to do a really good job to serve our customers. So hopefully this is a chance for you to improve your relation with your customer. And after this little training, especially if you continue to complete part 1, 2, and 3, which is very short. Okay, the reason I break them up is because so you have enough time to do it. It's not boring. All right. So what is fundamental of guest service training? The topic will include the importance of making guests feel valued and welcome. All right. How to exceed guest expectations by delivering magical moments. All right. Improving service provided to internal customer. So what is internal customer anyway? Is people you work with. Is people within your company, your boss, your coworker, and those sort of people are your internal customers. Okay. Now, techniques for creating a positive experience for every guest you encounter. Hopefully, after you complete this, you have the skill, the ability, and confidence to do that. Okay. Now let's introduce yourself a little bit here, would you? Oh, well, it's online class, so you don't have to. But like I said, my name is Ted Vang. I am an experienced trainer for a local government agency that I have done for over 20 years. My God, that's a long time, I tell you. Okay, I hope these days, though, jobs would last 20, 30, even 40 years for many that I've seen at my work. Unfortunately, we are living in a pretty new situation and a new era for all of us, including our children. Okay, so you don't have to say something that you're good at. Me, well, I'm pretty good at giving, with giving information now. A life coach, coaching, helping other people, sort of thing like that. But other than that, I'm just a nice guy. What do you say? All right. So you have any doubts and distraction right now and say, what the hell am I doing here? What am I watching? This guy can't even speak English. Why would I learn from him? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my accent maybe is not as good as yours, but my experience, my educations, and the skill I will give you will worth your time. I can promise you now. So if you have any doubt and distraction right now, please wrap in a ball. Okay, wrap in a ball in your heart, not in your brain, in your heart. Okay, I am a Hmong person, so usually in a Hmong language, we are not using the heart, we're using the liver. So you can wrap it up in your liver, and let's count 1, 2, 3. Let's throw them out the window right now. So your doubts and distraction are out. All right, hopefully that is it. All right. Now, just start with this module, say something that you and I have done is very basic, but very important at the same time, okay? Now, my friend, every single time you come into contact with a guest, a moment of truth occurs, believe it or not. Now, how you deliver it in that moment determines the fate of the customer service interaction. Every time there is a moment of truth, there are 3 possible outcomes. And what are they? Number 1, acceptable moment. Well, the nose. Number 2, miserable moment. Oh dear. Number 3, magical moment. I like that. So let's go into deeper into this. So every encounter you have with internal or external customer and or anyone really in your business of going to work or doing something, okay? Now, miserable moment, something like this. So a miserable moment can happen when you fail to meet the customer expectations. Perhaps a guest asks you where the restroom are, and you say, well, I don't know, I'm new here. Can you see? A miserable moment can add up quickly and can kill your business, my friend. Now, here is acceptable moment. Means that you meet the customer expectation, but you really do nothing special, okay? Now, really it's something like, so you give a correct, direction to the restroom if your customer asking for a restroom, but that's it. Okay, you really didn't go above and beyond. Now, we believe that acceptable moment is not good enough. We, all of us believe or should that we need to believe that we should go extra mile, whenever possible to deliver, that magical moment. All right, and that magical moment occur when you go above and beyond your call of duty to deliver the service to the customer that he or she wasn't even expecting. So here are some example. All right, the cab driver who gets out of the taxi and go around and open the door for you. How do you feel? Pretty good, huh? All right. The store clerk who offers to let you use the store phone instead of your cell phone or pay phone. Would you feel comfortable? Would you feel better? Yes, of course. The local computer store consultant who calls back a week after she set up your computer system to make sure everything's okay. Wow, what a nice. Do we have that anymore? The gas station attendant who wash your windows even though you are in a self-service lane. This is above and beyond. Now, the nice thing about creating a magical moment is that it is fun, it's free, Most employees enjoy being creative and thinking outside the box for their guests. So if you have a magical moment for your guest, your customer, I believe that you have a magical moment for yourself that day at work as well. Now, here is what you don't want, right? Well, here's my own little story that I wrote it up here, okay? This is just an acceptable moment. So I once visited a grocery store in town, really, that will remain nameless for now because I don't want to shame them. And I asked the cashier where the paper towels are. All he said was him, okay? Said, on aisle 3, where they have always been. Oh dear. How do you think that made me feel? Do you think I was still gonna go back there? I don't know. I mean, I might, if that's the only store. A magical moment experience, one happened to me here. So at another grocery store in town here, a clerk noticed that I spending quite a bit of time looking at a lettuce. He said, good morning, sir. Are you finding everything okay? You see? When I said, well, it appeared that all the lettuce that was on sale that I saw in newspaper really is gone. He said, well, go ahead and just pick out any bag you would like and I'll just give it to you for the price. Do you think I'll go back there and shop at the store? Of course. All right. So let's move on. Here is all the things that you can do. Make positive impression, my friend. Make eye contact when you see your customer. Smile. Even if you're not serving the guest. All right? Now, welcome the guest when you see them. Use their guest name or use their name whenever possible. If you work at a store, you would have regular customer. If you work at in organizations and a nonprofit, government agency, you may not. Okay? So know all you can about the business that you are working with or associates. Understand what the guest wants. Do your best to solve the guest problem, will you? And have answer, okay? Answer to solve the problem. All right. Now, respond quickly before the guest ask. Another word is, don't wait until they go like, sir, 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 before you go like, what? Well, if you see them looking around, if you see them probably need some help, it doesn't hurt just to say, are you okay? Can I help you? All right? Okay, never say, I don't know. That's the worst thing you can. Say thank you and ask the guest to come back. Would that be nice? Let's talk a little bit about service. Okay? What stands for service, my friend? S stand for smile. E stand for eye contact. R stand for respect and welcome. V value the magic. I initiate guest contact. C create service solutions. And E end with a thank you. All right. Now let's move on to communication. You can't really improve customer service without having a well or good understanding of communication. So communication has a lot to do with your body language, your voice, and words that you speak. So anyone guess? What percentage of your body language tell your customer about communication or voice and words? 5%? 10%? 50? Well, I don't know, right? You said, I don't know, man. All right, let's do it. All right, body language consists of 55% of your communication. Voice is 38. All right. And words, only 7%, believe it or not. So your body language said a lot. All right? So watch what you're doing, man or girl. Now, penny exercise. how many penny? Now, first of all, you don't even have to have a penny right now, okay? Just imagine, okay? Just imagine. Do an imagination penny exercise. How many pennies do you believe you will be handling in your entire life? Well, the United States Treasury conduct a research to answer this question, and they found that a typical American will handle about 750,000 pennies. 1 million to 1 million pennies in their lifetime. That's a lot. Now, why do you think we spend all this time examining and talking about pennies? What possible connection can this exercise have to do with the guest service? I'm asking you to do exercise in your brain. Okay? Now, the point is, you'll be handling up to 1 million pennies in your lifetime. Now, how many guests do you think you'll be handling? Huh? Now, service chain. Let's move up. Okay? Service chain. Internal and external customer service. Remember chain, the word chain. All right. So have you heard of the concept of service chain anyway? What do you think? What does it mean? I'll give you a moment. Perhaps not. All right, let's move on. It means every job has an impact on customer service. Even if you have a back of the house job or duty, you still are an important part of the customer service chain. You're still a part of the organization. All right? Okay. Now, who are the external customers? Remember we talked a little bit about internal customer earlier? Now, who are the external customers? Those are typically people who you deal with, okay, from the outside of your business that are coming to your store or your organizations or thing like that. For example, would be tourists, locals, families, friends, taxpayer. Dear taxpayer. And private citizen, of course, okay. Internal customers. Now, who are these people, man? Who are the internal customers? These are people inside of your business, your organization, who also depend on you to get their jobs done. For example, okay, the waiter or waitress is the internal customer of the fry cook. The fry cook and the waiters are internal customer of the dishwasher, you see? Now, please fill page 4. Don't do that. This is just something I usually do if it's not an online. Now, all of your employees together in your business form what known as a service chain. Now, you understand the chain? Employees have to pull together to serve the guests. All right? Now, can you imagine like a chain of service? If one chain broke off or break, you break the whole chain of your company. Okay? Now, your company is only as strong as its weakest link. Like that. For example, if that dishwasher provide a dirty plate to the fry cook, who in turn hands it to the waiter or the waitress, the service chain has been broken. If that's the case, now whose fault here? Well, I'm not going to blame them, okay? But you just need to understand this is the chain I'm talking about. Don't want that broken, or even that broken, all right? Hear what I'm talking about. If that broke, if this breaks, it breaks all. All right. So as you can see, who's that? Must be a secretary, perhaps. She's, florist, and a janitor and cashier. Well, that's Mr. Uncle Sam, I think. All right. And delivery person. All right. And someone work at the pharmacy. Now, who are your service chain, my friend? All right, I just throw this in there. Say, customer service training, number 1 tips. The customer is always right. I'm sure you heard that before. Tip number 2, you are not the customer. You see? All right. Let's move on. Now, number 2 or module 2, I will be seeing you and every one of you in module 2, which is service recovery next. Maybe in the next few days, maybe next week. But by doing this today with me in the service recovery recovery will be module 2, but by doing this with me today, by completing the part 1 of the guest service magic program with fundamental of guest service, I hope you have a fundamental understanding of guest service, how to provide the best service you can in a very basic way. Just welcome your guests and make them feel comfortable, and then when they leave, thank them and ask them to come back. It's easy as that, just like treating your guests at your home, my friend. If your guests come to see you or visit you, doesn't matter how you feel, how depressed you are, how crazy things might be in your family or yourself, you just have to take good care of your guests and do the best you can so that they feel comfortable and welcome, and so that you, in turn, will look really good. Thank you for joining me today.